We move on to local matters now. I mean, obviously, football is done. The playoffs are even done. Cape Town City, possibly going to be playing NFD next season. We don't know. But let's wrap up the playoff. I think it was almost an unacceptable performance from Cape Town City, Morgan. You look at it, how it finished. They finished on 3 points, only 3 points from a possible 12 in the NFD playoff against two lower league opposition teams. That can't be. I mean, when John Comitis looks at it, I'm sure he's also, I'm sure the entire team, the board, whatever you want to, that's not good enough.
Yeah, it's not good enough. I think it's like looking at studying for a matric paper and you're in grade 9. That's what they did. They foresee themselves going into the league next year or wherever they planned. But they were not looking at the here and now. And the here and now, that's what really hurt them, because they thought, we'll come through this, we'll get through, we'll get the players to replace the players that had left. And it was a ball slowly building, snowballing down, snowballing, and the problem just became bigger. And it became bigger to the point where you could even see when he's in the stands with his whole family. It was stressful. And they didn't foresee this coming, and I just don't know how they didn't see the cracks and how they didn't fill the cracks. But it's football, and yeah, you can script and write and do what you want, but on the day you need to play the football, and the football was actually not the one that won. It's just decisions, man. It's decisions that he should have taken earlier, because I think if you look back, the coaches that came in, Moshe Netudraw, he's been a technical advisor, but you need to be in the game. He came back with the same mentality, coming back to South Africa. Yes, he didn't change much. Yes, he's a techno rat.
So it's true that football has left him. I mean, there's
long time ago. Long time ago. Like I've got utmost respect for him, but we need to understand, and he also needs to understand that when he went to Turkey, he was the technical advisor at Turkey or one of the teams. He came back and he probably brought the same mentality that he left with to come back. Generations have changed. The game has changed. Players have changed. Yeah. You can't do what... Coaching, let me say, the way he was coaching, he was he'd crush players a lot. Okay. And some of the players can't take it.
Especially the modern
players can't take it. They need to be given the confidence. They need to be given explanations, because everything is on Google. Everything is on paper saying, these players read. The players of these days are not the players of old, where you tell them, go and kick Nadim. He's going to ask you, but what's the gain?
Yeah.
Or why? Go and chase Nadim. But what am I going to do if I'm chasing Nadim? So you need to give them explanations. He probably came in with the same mentality and it didn't work.
Cape Town City going to NFD or Orbit College, we have to give them credit though. I mean, I think they didn't concede a single goal in the playoff.
Impressive.
Very impressive. And I mean, they only scored the 2 goals, but they only needed the 2 goals to get them through. Those 2 goals were the 2 wins that they got. 1-0, 1-0 in each game against Kaizer, against Cape Town City. And now they've got a top flight status.
Yeah, they did, but you just feel sorry for Cape Town City. But at the same time, you realize that John Comitis made a mistake. For me, it's 2 mistakes that he did. One is selling Mayo without replacing him with a proper replacement. If you've got a player, a striker that scored like 12 goals, and then you don't replace him.
Yeah.
So that's why they scored.
It's going to hurt you.
Yeah, it's going to hurt you. I think that's why they scored only 14 goals. Before, there would be a 30 goals team, of which is good enough to make you the top 8 or even top 4. Also getting rid of Eric Tinkler without a plan, as Morgan was saying, Eric Tinkler has been part of the team. The greater success came with Eric Tinkler. And then you replace him with a guy who was a fan of the team. Because you'll see him when watching the football, like Cape Town City. Machine lives in Cape Town. He's always been on TV as a fan. So you replace that guy with a fan.
You mean in his capacity at the time? He wasn't
No, he's been a fan. For the past 2 seasons, he's been attending Cape Town City matches as a fan.
Okay.
So you replace a coach like Eric Tinkler with a fan. Because the Machine is no longer a coach. I mean, Even when he was hired as a technical director and all those kind of things. John Committees needs to take this one, of which it's sad to see such a big team getting relegated, especially the biggest team in Western Cape. We think it's Cape Town City. It's one of those things, but in football, it does happen. It backfired with Makarenge. He did say some of the players who came in didn't really gel. He brought in Kamuel Mkocho. He left in the middle of the season. We don't know what was the story.
Towards the end. I mean, it was more towards the end of the season.
Yeah, towards the end of the season. So you'll think losing your key player for the past 3 seasons who has been scoring more than 10 goals, and also getting rid of your coach without having an idea who's going to take over from him. I think those are the two decisions that really killed Cape Town City. It's one of those sad stories. But
so are we saying it was more Cape Town City failing? Can we give credit to Orbit College?
Definitely, you have to give credit to Orbit College. I think it's 3 times they've been to the playoffs. They've been to the last 32 of the Nedbank once. So all those experiences put together, and the team that Cavelo and Coach Bogiso, they've been around. I mean, Cavelo's been at SuperSport. He's worked with the likes of Kwanele Kopo. He's worked with Pito himself, even with the late Thomas Marichache. So it's someone that knows football, and they understood the project. It's a 15-year project.
They understood the assignment.
Yes, they knew that, this college really just needs that outbreak to say, we've been in football, we know what we want, and this is, let's say, the 4th or 5th time they're trying their luck, and Lady Luck is on their side, and Lady Luck and putting in the hard work. Nothing can stop you.
Yeah. So they were prepared for it. I think they seemed the best prepared team for this playoff.
Interesting thing, only 3 seasons ago, they were playing in the 3rd division.
Exactly.
Now they're in the PSL. That just shows that if proper planning and having the right personnel, you can deliver. I mean, Orbit College, few people expected them to be promoted, to be in the PSL. I mean, congratulations to them. I mean, of course, you want them to stay in the PSL. Which can you just wish, them all the best, because obviously teams like Makesi were promoted, then they won the Carling, now they are in the PSL. So they were not relegated. Skukune promoted, stayed.
If you look,
so I've seen a lot of teams like
come up. Richards Bay came up. I mean, Swallows were there, but they didn't get relegated. They obviously
they were
financial issues or whatever.
But as I was saying, there's only 50 people who watch Swallows, so they didn't have money for taking. So the Premier felt like he was using his own money to run the team. So it becomes a problem.
The point we are making, though, is that teams that have come up haven't automatically just gone down.
Which is a positive thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so,
like Skukune, now they're a top 4 team. I mean, Makesi won a cup already.
So it can be done.
It can be done. Oh, of course, we just hope.
Do Orbit have what it takes, though? I mean, if you look at, we speak about it's a college, and they have a great program and everything. But I mean, based on what we've seen in the playoff, they are going to have to reinforce the squad. Do they have the resources? Do they have the financial backing? Are they going to be able to sustain a place in the top flight?
Yeah, they definitely have their work cut out. I think if you look at it, they've got a lot of experienced players, and players that have played in the PSL and come back, for a second lease in life. They've even got a 42-year-old, which is the captain. He's from...
Batsi.
Yes.
And the goalkeeper also...
He's from, what is this place? I'll remember the place, but I think they even went on record and saying we're giving him 2 more years. And that just goes to show that they respect the players that add value. And he's a
so
player
they gave the captain 2 more years?
They are. They said it on record that they're giving the captain
42 years.
He's going to go into 44. And that's going to be a record in South Africa, because apparently the record is held by the late John Shoes Mushwell.
No, it's not. You're talking about really age. There's age cheating too much. So you can't say that.
So what we know of.
No. I mean, there are a lot of players who played in the
PSL now.
In their 40s?
46 years.
Who played in their
so many of them.
Who?
So
mention one.
No, I don't want to
I'm
say.
interested to know.
I'm going to say
I'd love to know.
I'm going to. Even Lavas Moshade did say last week that he did cut his age when he was playing for South
Africa. Yeah, but he's not 40s, not playing in his 40s.
No, but I'm just saying there's a lot of age cheating where we know the players and all those kind of things.
So
yeah, some of them. Some of them I want them to come to the show. So if I say they cut their age, they are not gonna come because one of them used to play for Chiefs, and I want him to come to the show. We know the story how he cut his age. He was using his younger brother's thing and all. We know those kind of things.
Yeah, we know it happens, but I mean,
that's why when you see a player like
I didn't know it happened.
We are happy that we are seeing an actual 20-year-old.
Oh,
for
it's
a
real
fact.
age. Oh, I thought you were going to say he cut his age. No.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, no, you.
That's why I disagreed with Vilakazi when he said he was better than Mofokeng at 20 years.
Did he say that?
Yeah, I disagreed because I don't remember
Yeah,
Vilakazi
he
at
said
20
that.
years.
He
I
said
don't
that
remember.
a couple of times on
Yeah,
record.
I
saying,
don't remember. Yeah.
Okay.
And so what's your take into that?
I don't remember him at 20 years.
How don't you remember him was playing? Let's go on the record and see.
I'm saying I don't remember him at 20 years. I don't remember him. Mofokeng, I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
No.
remember you when you're playing for Jomo Cosmos, but I don't remember some of the players at that age.
At
Is it
20 years.
Yeah, I don't remember them.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you.
Okay. So Orbit College, we've said they've got their workout. They've got their workout.
I think they need to get experience, PSL
But they've got
players.
experienced players.
No, I think they need PSL-based players. They don't
but
need to.
the players that are there they
Guys,
played in the PSL.
There's not a shortage. There's not a shortage.
Yeah.
Because we've seen the lists that have gone out.
And also, we
some
can send
teams got 16 players.
we can send him there.
Actually, that's a good fit.
Yeah,
Because
he can bring calmness,
that's a good fit.
stability.
Not even just
Yeah,
the
and I
dressing
can
room on its
represent
own.
him actually.
You see now, we don't know about representing him.
But again, there's not a shortage of players out there because we've seen how many players have been released by clubs. And so, but the thing is, do they have the capacity to do it?
They do.
They have the backing.
Remember, I don't know if it's true or not. I think the PSL gives you certain amount of money to start players when you're a new team. There was that thing where Magesi that they were given, I don't know if it's something like 30 million or something like that.
Okay.
If it's a new team.
It's a new team.
Yeah, it was announced.
You get a startup, like
something
basically
like
a
that
startup pack.
to start you because they will need assistance in terms of.
They certainly will. I mean, if you
Yeah,
look at
they
it.
will need in terms of recruitment because they'll need a bit of experience. Even the salaries need to be improved.
Morgan, do you feel like they can come with the squad they currently have into the PSL?
Yes, they can.
And stay.
Yes, I believe they can.
Okay.
However, they need to do smart business. If they're selling their players, their best players to, I'm making example, like to Orlando Pirates, to the Chiefs, take the players that are not being used there and say to them, okay, we'll sell you this player, but in exchange,
Like Ranga Chibavir.
we'll have the players that are not playing. That will also
To take players on loan or whatever the case may be. Do
Or even
deals.
straight out,
it's,
yes, just
again,
do
Yeah, they need to
deal
do those
that-
kind of things. Yeah.
They need to do those
Just
kind
like
of-
Clinton last time we did with Magesi. Try to get the players. Even Marumo Kalanzi did the same thing last season. Get a PSL.
So they've got their
players.
work cut out for them.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's the
agreed.
likes
They
of
need to.
Mo-
They need to bolster the squad. Okay, we'll see exactly. The window is going to be open for a good while. It officially opens today, so that's a good thing. There's going to be a lot of comings and goings at various clubs. When we look at obviously the business that's going around now, Kaizer Chiefs have signed a left back. You know about this, Nadim?
The one from Pirates, Pasekamak, or another one?
No, Nkanyiso Shinga, age 25. He's been playing in Portugal in third league.
Yeah. You know, there's a verse in the Bible. I was talking to Kola. It's in Acts 15, where there was a man called Samson, the sorcerers. He was priding himself.
Simon
the
the sorcerer.
sorcerer, yes. He was priding himself with bewitching the whole city. So the guy said he was bewitching the whole people.
Oh, maybe I need to go read that
Yeah,
passage
it's an
again.
X15.
I know about Simon the sorcerer. I don't know. Okay,
He was
okay.
priding himself with bewitching people. I honestly think someone is messing Kaizer Chiefs people.
Why? What do you mean?
Why are they signing so many defenders? For what? They've just signed Monyane. They've signed
There's still
Paseko
time to
Mako.
sign a striker that will come and do
No.
the business. No. You start your foundation from the back.
Mark,
Build
he
the
didn't-
team.
he didn't
Build the
start-
team from the back.
Mark, can I finish my point?
Okay.
Without being interrupted by a Kaizer Chiefs legend.
Okay.
Okay. I'm requesting Mark that.
Okay,
just
please,
60 seconds.
See,
Yeah. Kaizer Chiefs, for me, I think, honestly speaking, there's something wrong in the children. They know very well that they've got enough defensive covers. They don't need, even if they sign a left back and what, they need offensive players. For me, I'm tired of saying the same thing. And it looks like you hate them but they keep on, it's like they specialize on doing the wrong things. I think I don't know what is it that floods them because they know that they need goals. Kaizer Chiefs is a team that conceded more goals than they scored this season.
but now you see that
They
they
conceded-
conceded. So what does that mean?
They need to score
contradicts your
goals.
point.
No, they need to score more goals. They need goals.
But you're saying they conceded more than they scored.
Yeah,
So
meaning they don't
maybe
have
want to
enough.
bolster their defense because
they don't have enough goal scorers. They need to score more goals.
Okay. Now
They need to more goals. So for me, as long as they are signing all these left backs, right backs, center holding, it doesn't work for them.
But they have added an attacker.
No, they need more. They need more for attackers because
The boy from Port Vale is an attacker, right?
yeah,
He's an attacking
Yeah,
player.
yes. He's an attacker, but he's coming from a 4th division in England. And the Mike Makaba, you can see you were saying, no, he's a good player. There was an offer from Madawedi. The guy wanted for Chiefs. He's an agent. Mike Makaba is an agent.
So again, we haven't seen the boy yet.
Yes, we haven't, but you can't trust the word of an agent. You can't even know if it's a proper attack. We've never seen him playing, all of us.
So
he's a YouTube player. He's a YouTube player.
So you don't think they did their due diligence? They
No,
would
they
have watched
didn't.
these
No,
games.
they've not.
They would have watched games.
Kaizer Chiefs is a team that doesn't do their due diligence when they sign players. They signed
Mike
Ranga
McDonald-
Chivaviro. They signed Ranga Chivaviro.
Ranga was performing on the continent. He wasn't only performing
No.
for his club. He was
Did he perform at
performing-
Chiefs? Did he perform at Chiefs?
Yeah, we talk about
took
when
him.
they signed him.
No.
we
Chiefs
talk about
don't
when
do
they
their
signed
due
him.
diligence
No,
when they sign players.
you can't say that. You can't say that.
Name one player where they've signed where they did their due diligence and it worked in the last 4 years.
And it worked. What do you
Yes,
mean?
a player who Chiefs signed well in the
Thabo
last 4 years.
Cele,
And then?
Mart, captain of the hour.
And then he took them to?
He won them the
final?
Nedbank.
And that's it.
No, there's more. You can.
Okay,
there's
but
so many that you
like
can
The
mention.
fact is Chiefs have not been signing performing players for the
Nadim,
past
can
5
we-
years.
can we wait until the window closes?
The last proper player Chiefs
Can-
that they've signed and they did well in the last 7 years.
So
It's
wait,
Nukovic
can we
only.
wait until the-
It's
can-
Nukovic.
Wait, no. So now you're getting it wrong, Nadim, because you're saying that the due diligence. So how they perform at Chiefs is a different story. And all the players you talk about, maybe yes, they haven't really hit the shot out the lights when they got into Chiefs. But then coming to Chiefs before they played for Chiefs, you can't say that. Look
No,
at
I can't.
Ashley
you know why I
so
can.
Ashley Dupree.
You know why I can
Wait,
say. You know why I can.
Ashley
No.
Dupree.
You know why I can say that.
Okay.
Even Ashley Dupree, since he joined Chiefs, has never scored more than
Yes,
6.
you're talking about when he got there, but where he was before, was he not a quality
No, they didn't.
player?
He
was he
was-
not a good player?
he was a good
so
player.
when you do your due diligence, you look
Why
at the
Pirates? Why Pirates and Sundowns didn't sign a shoot with Dupree?
Because it was probably just.
Chiefs got their
More
head
money.
on it.
Exactly, they knew that it's not good enough for them.
No.
No,
But
they
wha-
knew it's not good. The thing with
Okay, so tell me this. Wait.
For me,
wait.
let me give you an
Let's be-
example of a team that signed players and they perform. Talent Mbata, John Pirates from SuperSport United. He goes to Pirates and becomes a Bafana regular. And then you've got a player like Maswangai, squad player, normal player. No one is talking about him. He goes to Pirates, he becomes the player of the season, and assists Pirates winning the league. Then you've got Saleng. He joined Pirates and win the player. The players go there and improve and elevate the team to another level. Who are those players who came to Chiefs and perform and become a national team player? Even Hugo Bruce doesn't even see a single player from Chiefs. Because all of them, even
Because
when
the
they are there, they are
situation-
not performing.
So we're going back to the point. So like in Ashley Dupree, when he was at
No,
Stellenbosch,
Ashley Dupree's been failing at Chiefs.
yes, we're not saying he's shot out the light. He's been great at Chiefs. I'm asking you a question. Listen to the question. When he was at Stellenbosch, what did you think of him as a player?
I thought he was okay. I never felt he's a Kaizer Chiefs material.
You never thought
I never, even once.
he wasn't good enough.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember Sundowns, because we know if a player is good enough, the guys who know how to sign quality players in South Africa, it's Mamelodi Sundowns. Immediately the Sundowns don't want you. We're really not sure if you are that good.
So all the players, what you're saying, all the players at Pirates are not good enough to play at Sundowns.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just
just
saying, I
saying,
gave you an
because they didn't
example.
sign- no.
I gave you an example that Pirates, they're the one where you see players like Mbata, you see players like Saleng, Maswanganyi. They went to Pirates and elevated, they improved the team. Who joined Chiefs and improved Kaizer Chiefs? Isn't it?
Thabo Cele?
So it didn't improve
Mar-
Chiefs. Chiefs were number 9 with him. It didn't improve Chiefs. With the playing, since he took over in
There's
January.
silverware right now
Chiefs from
in their cabinet.
Chiefs in
Because-
the last 8 matches didn't win. The league, the cup that you think they won. It's so debatable how they won that Nedbank Cup.
But
from the
the
offside
record-
goal, Ashley Dupree scored. There are so many instances where someone will say even Sundowns were hard done by the ref. That was an offside goal.
Okay, let's go back to what Mark was asking. The reason, I'm also saying, the reason why they're starting at the back, I can tell you 7 or 8 games that Chiefs led but couldn't keep the teams out from scoring, and they ended up losing the game. So they are doing their homework. They've done we've actually gotten games where we could have won the game.
Should have
but
won.
we couldn't.
They didn't see out the result.
They didn't see out the result.
The way you speak, I
Management.
need to give you the Kaizer Chiefs chance.
Why?
Because you're speaking on their behalf.
I'm not speaking on their
No,
behalf.
you are.
I just looked. I need to analyze and
Nadim,
see the
Nadim.
teams.
They are
Nadim.
not Kaizer Chiefs.
Let's look at
don't
this
have
at
a
the
player
end of
that Kaizer Chiefs for the past 3 seasons. They have not a player that has scored more than 8 goals in the league. That's why they need players that gonna score more goals.
The window is still
everyone is
open,
looking for that.
Nadim.
Huh?
The window is still open. Let's visit this topic.
No, it's
and
been like that
discuss.
for the past 3 seasons. They've been making the same mistakes.
Don't
Where
you
they
think- okay,
where they
if
get
they've made the
proper
same mistake,
attackers.
do you think they're going to make the same mistake again?
Oh,
They're not.
No, they will.
No,
they
they
will.
won't.
They've already started. They released Bongan Sam yesterday. How many games did he play for Chiefs?
He hasn't played a game yet.
Why? Why did they sign him?
They probably saw that.
Why did they sign him knowing he's
they
not gonna
probably
play?
saw a
Okay,
player that's
guys,
good enough to
guys.
come in there.
What did they-
However, the coach came in
Let's-
and it was a different case.
We'll agree to disagree.
No, the
Let's
coach
agree
was.
to disagree.
He agreed. He
Nadim.
approved the same as selected.
No.
The coach now is signing players that he wants. So
No, he's not signing.
the coach has a major say because we're going to judge him based on the signings he makes in this window. Let's move on from that. Gavin Hunt, Maritzburg United, or not Durban City. We know them as Maritzburg. Gavin Hunt to Durban City, it seems like it's imminent. Is that a good move?
Very good move.
For Durban City, for
Very
Gavin
good
Hunt,
move.
good fit.
Good fit. He's going to go there and change a lot of things because, one, he's a hard worker. Yes, he needs to change in the bit of where he involves a lot of the science into the game, but that's going to be a very, very good fit. A team that needs to stay up. He knows what to do. He does the hard work first. And then the glitz and glamour comes after.
Okay.
He knuckles down. He makes sure that whatever project he touches, he leaves it in a better place. So
That's not
that's
true.
a good fit.
No, that's not true. He took Kaizer Chiefs. He didn't leave them in a good place.
Could he have
took
signed anybody
He took
in that
Chippa
space?
United. He didn't live in them good place. He took SuperSport United. They were nearly relegated.
So you say it's not a good move?
No, it's
from-
not been a good
from
coach.
Durban
Gavin
City?
Hunt has not been a good coach for the
No,
past
you
7
can't-
years. No, for
Okay.
the past 7 years, Gavin Hunt has not been a good coach. Look where he started.
Can
He
we
went
look
to
at the
Chiefs.
record?
Okay,
No,
wait.
no. For me, SuperSport United, they were nearly relegated because of Gavin Hunt. He's solely responsible. SuperSport United. If you look at SuperSport United now and the current Durban City,
Sure.
I don't think Durban City are a better team than SuperSport United. The guy, I mean, the former
So you
goalkeeper.
say it's not a good fit? You
No,
say
it's not.
a
It's
good
not. It's not.
acquisition
It's
from
not.
Durban
It's
City.
not. It's
If
not.
one,
It's not. Gavin Hunt is the kind of a guy who's gonna do well. You need to support him well in the transfer market, like just like we saw at SuperSport United when they still had all the monies and adverts. If you support him, you get the kind of profile you want. He's gonna deliver you. But if you are gonna say this is the makeshift team, you must improve it, he's not gonna do that. He failed with They tend to be Sundown's development, SuperSport United. Gavin Hunt struggled to get with those makeshift. He's not gonna get that kind of support.
How many
Durban City.
players?
So I don't think it's a good appointment. It's one of those appointments, even before December, Gavin Hunt is not going to be out of there because he's going to be frustrated, one, with the quality. He can't improve average players, Gavin Hunt. He can't improve players that are not the kind of...
I disagree.
Because the reason why I'm saying that is because SuperSport United, the only guy who nearly got them relegated is Gavin Hunt. Stanley Matthews fired Gavin Hunt because he saw that with him I'm getting relegated. That's the reason. Even at Kaizer Chiefs.
so his history in the league, his track record mean nothing at the moment.
No, it means nothing in the last 8 years where
Okay.
he has not been having a good
You
budget.
disagree,
He's
Mo?
been
I disagree
struggling.
big time.
So
I think
who was responsible
I
for
disagree.
SuperSport almost getting relegated?
It's a collective. It's a collective. You could see that he couldn't sign the players that he really wanted to take the project
Do
to
you
the
think he's
next
going to
level.
sign those players at Durban City? Do you think Durban City, the players that he failed,
depends. It
do
depends.
you think the players that he failed to sign at Durban
It
City
depends
and
what the
SuperSport
agreement
will
is
sign
there.
at Durban City?
Yeah.
No,
he
no,
knows
no.
how to find the average
No.
player and take him to make him
No.
a better player.
No.
I can tell you. I can mention so many names that average players that became
Why he
better
didn't do
players.
that at SuperSport United this season?
Because he didn't have the ability to sign the players that he wanted.
Even at Durban City is going to have the same problem. He's not going to have the ability to do
We
those
don't
things.
know.
I'm telling you.
We don't know. There's probably going to be backing from
I know what
the owner.
Kutota, I know what Kutota will say. We need to work with what we have. We're going to try and improve the sky. There's nothing. There's no big budget that is coming.
Imagine a Gavin Hunt meeting I'm making example. Let's say Shandu, a young Shandu. obviously Gavin Hunt has been the coach that has done well and his track record speaks for himself. Ashandu wants to go up into the league and go on to better things. He's going to deliver for him.
Is the reason SuperSport nearly got relegated.
But you got, when you look over the last while,
and SuperSport had quality players compared to Durban City now.
Introducing young players and getting young talent. Gavin Hunt over the years has his fair share of talent that...
No, he used to be a good coach.
Silence.
Now he's forgotten how to coach Gavin Hunt. He's forgotten. If you look at SuperSport United, from Kaizer Chiefs, then from Kaizer Chiefs went to Chippa United. From Chippa United, he went back to SuperSport. The guy has forgotten how to coach. He is no longer the same guy. He's not that guy.
He's not
Gavin Hunt to coach Swallows, who coach Black Leopards, who was so good. He's no longer the same guy. I'm telling you.
His record, and he's a guy that went to Black Leopards when it wasn't fashionable.
Yeah, but 20 years ago now.
Yes, exactly.
Now we nearly even Kaizer Chiefs.
You cannot lose that experience.
He left when he left Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs were fighting to avoid playoff sport.
Was there a time for him to sign players?
Were they not in the Champions League?
United.
Was it not just before the Champions League final?
Yes.
Yeah,
Champions League.
the way.
So
I
what
mean,
are you saying?
In the league was bad. In the league was bad.
But Nadim, you go to a Champions League final.
Kaizer doesn't fire a coach in the middle of the season.
Okay.
For him to fire Gavin Hunt, I mean, you know what happened in the story with Gavin? They said people from Chiefs who work there, when Gavin took over, they will be used to go to the team arrives early and train. But when Gavin was coaching the team at 8 a.m., it's gonna be clean at natural. They will hear Gavin is somewhere in Melrose playing golf. That's why that is part of the reason they got rid of him. Stanley Matthews didn't believe that Gavin Hunt will stay in the SuperSport with Gavin Hunt. That's the reason Chiefs are part of the reason they fired Gavin Hunt. It was not only on the results. It was also the character of the man that it doesn't look
now
like...
you're going into his character now. We're talking about him
No,
as a
it is
coach.
the character it's the same character that got him fired by SuperSport United. For me, I don't believe it's a good appointment for Durban City.
So yes, agreed.
Yeah.
That's your point.
I don't think so.
You don't think it's a good fit? You don't think
yes,
he's going to do
and
the
a coach who nearly got relegated a team like this kind of quality players at SuperSport United.
You maintain Durban City will benefit from having Gavin Hunt.
They'll
And
benefit
SuperSport
in so
Gavin
many
Hunt,
ways.
how many Bafana players? This Bafana players. Moby is a Bafana player. The goalkeeper is a Bafana player. Dlovu could be in the national team. He was fighting relegation with those boys.
Okay.
You know, he's very good at reviving. Look at Ndlovu. Ndlovu got there. He got stuck in.
And now
he's a quality player.
Okay,
yeah, but he wasn't.
No, the Gavin Hunt didn't destroy this football. He didn't do anything. Don't give him credit.
I think you both made your points. You stated, and I guess time will tell. If this actually does come through and it is officially announced, I don't think it's said it's going to happen. We'll see if it becomes official. Time will tell whether Gavin Hunt will be a success in Durban.
His new project.
At his new project.
No,
we have to wrap now. This is the last point. We've seen the fall, I would say a giant. I think they've been a giant in South African football for many years now. SuperSport United, more than likely, will not be part of South African football moving forward. Morgan, you a former player. Your thoughts on that?
So you didn't win any league title now? Or we count the one you won at Chiefs, no?
Nadim.
I should be in tears because that's a platform that gave me what I have today, you know. I'm partly went through my phases of football where I started at Cosmos, got an opportunity to don the jersey of SuperSport. Subsequently, I got into the national team, and then obviously I went to Chiefs, and it's a platform that it's a team that gave me the greatest platform.
Gave you life, yeah.
Yeah, it gave me life. Football. I'll even go to the fact that it made me the character that I am today. I don't think without their input, and for them to go down like this, or if it is true that it's been sold, yeah, it's
a sad day for South African football.
It's a sad day on the one side, and whoever benefits from this, they're going to be jubilant, because if you look at it, they're going to the Free State, and the people of Free State have been yearning for football. But being a SuperSport old boy, history of the team just going down the drain like that,
it's sad.
There must have been something really, really big that's going on, and they need to rebuild again. I've got a feeling they're going to rebuild, but however, you can't just throw this away. There must be something deeper.
Nadim, Okay, we have just on that point. SuperSport United, we can call them a powerhouse in South African football. Or maybe we should say they were.
Yeah, just like Bidvest when they were sold. It's one of those big teams with rich history, don't like to see it happening. So same SuperSport United, a team that has won so many trophies, even the league 3 times in a row. I mean,
Under Gavin Hunt.
Gavin Hunt.
Under the old Gavin Hunt was energetic.
No, just say under
Gavin
Gavin
Hunt.
No, it doesn't matter. Under the same.
He didn't go for Botox or anything.
No,
He's
no,
the
no,
same old man.
No. Honestly speaking, it's so sad to see it's happening. Because one day we'll see Orlando Pirates being changed to Maritzburg City or something like that. I don't know, maybe there could be some way, like in England, where if you buy the team,
it must stay
the name
there.
stays the same. It becomes SuperSport United. You can buy it, but don't change the name. I think
And
the
don't
PSL,
move the club.
even if you move, but I don't know. But then you don't move it from out of the province. You can move from Sentin and maybe Jamestown, but don't try to relocate the whole history, because SuperSport United is a proper. I mean, if you look up at South African football, the 3 league titles, so many trophies. It's a team that actually disturbed Pirates and Sundown's dominance. Good, like maybe it went 4 or 5 years, top of the game. So the whole thing of changing the names, we understand that football is expensive running it, but I wish the PSL can come up with a rule where if you buy a team, the name remains the same. Because what's going to happen to those history and all those kind of things? Just like when Vets, imagine a team like that kind of is being sold to another. It's always not good. Just like Aces, when they were sold to Cape Town City, I didn't like it. People from Mpumalanga, they were embracing that team. When they were playing in Bombela or even in Witbank, Emalahleni, you will see that they can relate to that kind of a team. So all this kind of changing names and all those things, I wish it actually ends. I hope it's the last team. I pray it's the last team where it's going to be changed names and all those kind of things.
Especially with the history that they have. And so, unfortunately, I think we're going to, another topic, maybe for another day, we'll look at the top development structures over the last 20 years. We go back to Ajax, now obviously Spurs, Cape Town Spurs, Bidvest Wits were producing top quality. Obviously, SuperSport United continue to do so. And then obviously Cape Town City now, also a club that has brought through a lot of, all these teams have contributed immensely to our junior national teams and even our senior national team. And for some reason, all of them in the near future might not, we won't see any of these clubs in the top flight.
No, it's actually destroying South African football.
It's actually a sad thing. So that's a topic we'll get into on another day. So make sure you stay tuned, because we'll get into that at length. We'll discuss whether actually having a deep development structure is beneficial, because it seems like all these clubs who do somehow don't seem to survive. But that's a story for another day. This has been once again Switch On Network. Thank you, gentlemen. It's always great sitting alongside you. It's been, again, a lot to talk about. Make sure you interact with us. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you agree with Morgan? Do you agree with Nadim? We're on all platforms. Make sure, Switch On Network, you like, you comment, subscribe. Do join in so we can keep bringing you the best content out there. Stay tuned for a lot more to come.